Guys, welcome. Happy Sunday. How's everyone been? Let me know where you're from, where you're connecting from today, how you've been feeling this full moon in Scorpio. Hi guys, welcome. Hello. Thank you for joining. Hi guys, welcome. Hi Debbie.
Hi, sweetheart. It's so good to be here with you today. I'm really excited about what we're going to talk about. I'm excited about the period of time we're in, which is very big for
Yeah.
Aries. For
Yeah, I
you?
know. Yeah, hi. Nice to see you.
And for me, like my have four houses in Aries, my career and three others. So lots of fire, but especially to fall into this 90-day period of manifestation, right? We're
Yeah.
literally sitting in this corridor in a year of the year of the fire horse of opportunity and destiny. And I don't know if you even knew when you were setting this up. Also, the numbers 5 is Mercury, right?
Yeah,
So
I
it's
was. And also because it's a portal of initiation, a five and a five is a 10, which is a one, which is this kind of like initiation restart. But definitely I've been feeling it as an Aries. Like it's definitely been, there's been a lot going on, and my moon is in Scorpio. So this full moon that just passed, like I also kind of like really, really felt it.
how cool. My moon is in Scorpio too. That makes a lot of sense for our depth and all the psychic stuff. It's a beautiful time. I'm so glad that you are doing this. It just feels like energetically there's also a pocket where
Yeah.
nothing's, I don't know, just a little bit, nothing's going on. As much as I've been going from event to event, there's now this capacity. And I'm really glad we're going to fill it in with some of the amazing speakers you have on this. And I want to give you kudos for choosing different people
Yeah.
every time to bring into the spotlight. How did you choose who you're using this time?
Well, I guess I just get divinely guided every time, hey, and I really like that, there's variety. I try to maintain a balance within masculine and feminine energy in all the events. So that's quite important for me to do. And yeah, last year we did the 8-8 and the 11-11, and it's so interesting because this year it's actually going to align that we do the 5-5, and instead of the 8-8, I'm probably going to be doing the 9-9. So I thought that was quite interesting how, yeah, how it shifted because I wanted to do the 8-8, and then I was actually like, I was like, no, not this year. This year it needs to be the 9-9. So because it's the portal of initiation, which is the one, and then we've got the 9-9, which is the nine, which is kind of like, we've got the one and the nine this year. So yeah, I mean, for me, it's all intuitive. I get divinely guided. It's so funny because I have like a list of people that I want on, and then every event I check in, and then this one can and this one can't, and so then it all really comes together very, very beautifully. But thank you for being a consistent and constant pillar with these
Mhm.
events, because they would not be the same without you. So thank you so much for being there, for moderating, for your beautiful questions. I'm so, so excited, yeah, to see what's going to come up with, these incredible speakers, and what questions. And, for those of you who are going to be there and joining, we will have a Q&A time allocated. So I really like that, the people participating can also ask questions as well.
Yeah, it's nice to have access to folks like this. And then, especially once you're experiencing, I mean, I intimately know the people you have on, and some of them I know are going to be doing profound energy activations. And then I know people either have gratitude they want to share with that person, with that energy or transformation, or they want to access them in the moment and say, can you explain this? Can you give more information? And it's beautiful to do these live. And also, people should know there's replays. So if you're somewhere else in the world and you can't do this at that hour, you can still come in at your hour and watch the replay and enjoy all of it anyway. And I,
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So the recording is only going to be available if you buy the ticket before the event ends. So we won't have recordings and replays available after the event is done. So you won't be able to purchase it after. You need to buy it like, within the time frame of the event. But definitely, yeah, if you can't make it for the whole thing, then you can kind of have a look
don't
when best
hesitate.
aligns. Yeah.
Don't hesitate. This is, if ever you wanted to be aligned with things for good, for shifts. I mean, probably our whole life we've been knowing this, but everybody was feeling this energy. And for me, it's very beautiful energy, this fast wind beneath our wings and pushing us forward into our mission, into why our soul is here, into expressing all of our gifts. This is the time to align with programs like this. And I know you shared with me when I saw you at Conscious Life Expo at Altea that you had had a big opening in your life. Something big happened because I saw a big shift in you physically. And I was like, what happened, girl? And you're like, oh, I let go of a lot, like a
Yeah.
lot that you processed. This is
Yeah.
can you share, you don't have to share the story, but share a little bit just about this being open to
Yeah.
something like that coming through you.
Yeah, I think for me, like I shifted a lot between last year and into this year. And like I think I'm still shifting. You know what I mean? It doesn't
Mm.
really end. It just gets a little bit easier. And yeah, and I think, kind of like surrendering into the process. And there was a lot, uh, I actually lost like a substantial amount of weight because I let go of a lot of things that, I, on both a conscious and subconscious level, I was perhaps holding on to. And I think, you know, when it comes to this type of work, it's really a lot about unlearning the conditioning, and unlearning the patterns and unlearning the lessons and unlearning well, not the lessons, but unlearning, the like the programs, and the structures that we've been conditioned to learn growing up and within our reality, and whether it's like families, relationships, or a whole bunch of things. So I think for me, what happened is, yeah, I just kind of got into the space where I started moving through things like really, really, really quickly and then letting go, left, right, and center. My astral was becoming really active. So there was a lot that, yeah, I was able to surrender to my heart, like expand and opened up even more. And it's almost like my whole system recalibrated and up leveled. And I think, we consistently move through that, but there are times where you have like bigger jumps. And that was like a time for me. And I'm still kind of moving through part of it as well. I think it's only going to stabilize probably around June. So it's almost like a 5 6 month shift that they've been putting me through. And so what happens is it gets a little bit higher and then it kind of like quietens down and then it happens again and then it kind of like quietens down. So, for those of you who look at practitioners, and you see us put out all this work, like we move through stuff too, guys, we just, we've been using the tools for longer. And so to an extent, we can seem like we're better equipped, but we are still navigating a lot altogether.
That's very interesting. Thank you for sharing that journey. And then the fact that you're already on it, and it's a bit like a stock exchange where you're going up and you're leveling and then poof, and then you're coming up even higher and then
Yeah,
having
exactly.
all of this. And that's, it says a lot to who you are that you let all of this come through you and you show up even more powerfully. Some people that could create instability or ungroundedness, but because of all the work you've done before, all of who you are in your practice, you can embody this. And I think it shows the incredible potency of who we really are, the limitlessness, and even that somewhere you've got a soul invitation like Bring it even more. It's okay, even more.
Yes, definitely, definitely. And I think it really comes down to like surrendering and trusting the process. And I think what I always get back to and what always comes back through to me is like, doesn't matter what happens, you're divinely supported, you're divinely guided, you're divinely protected. And I think understanding that it's not like one thing will, kind of like take away all the work and all the hard work and everything that you've done, in your previous lifetimes, within this lifetime. And so, when we have lessons, like they're not supposed to be easy because they're lessons, they wouldn't be lessons if they were easy. But I think once you have that core understanding and connection to source where you know that you are divinely guided and supported and that things are happening for you, and
Mhm.
not to you, then it makes it easier to navigate, and then you just take it one day at a time.
Absolutely. And I resonate so much with what you're saying. About a year and a half ago, I shed weight. I did it mindfully. And so my transformation has been a little different, but I just very mindfully, I'm going to be honest, seeing myself on Gaia TV twice. And I always felt like I was at a normal weight then. And I just went, like my visibility has increased a lot. There's no end in sight. And I have to make a very mindful choice about who I want to be in the world, what kind of body I want to be in. So I made that choice and I lost my weight also a significant amount about a year and a half ago. And it's maintained beautifully. I really believe I'm supposed to be here in this body. This feels so right to me. And a lot of the stuff has come afterwards. And even last night, I mean, I didn't sleep a lot, but I have to say it was one of the most transforming nights of my life. I was totally not here. And I was, oh, I don't know if this was my oversoul talking to me, but it was very benevolent, loving, guiding me through this experience at times, or even helping me and saying, you need to drink water, you're dehydrated right now. But it allowed me to see my power.
Wow.
And like, holy moly, and the amount of love that I hold, the care that is real in my heart for people. And I was healing people, bringing up people and healing them, and looking at a few unresolved situations in my life that have felt untenable and bringing those up to address them. And even though some of the components weren't me to heal them, even speaking to the soul of other people and allowing all of that to flow. And then having a whole experience with someone in my life and having an understanding of them in a way I had never understood before. And I don't have the words astral, wherever I was, completely not here, but to be able to see their soul. And so the whole first half was about immense potency, magnificence, oof, outside of this 3D, way outside. And then the whole last half of the experience, there was just so many tears, so
Yeah.
much release. Um, Powerful, like there weren't enough boxes of tissues to capture all of what was coming out. And it was not grief. It was so much beauty. There was so much recognition. And I kept saying there was a little part of me observing it at the same time going, sweetie, you are never going to be the same after tonight. This is something that just shifted
Wow.
in a way. You cannot unknow what you now
Wow.
know about
Yeah.
yourself.
Well, makes sense. Yeah, you can't know. Like it's like once that Pandora box is open, you can't close it anymore, So it's so powerful. I had also some really potent releases in the past month, just like tears streaming down, and it wasn't tears of sadness or grief. It was just like a release. I know exactly what you mean.
Hmm. Yeah, and I have to say, I feel like to get here, I mean, maybe I would have gotten here on my own and with source and da da da. Maybe it was destined. Who knows? But I really strongly feel that events like yours are markers. And whatever shift we're receiving, we don't know what's going to be
Yeah.
like frequencied out into a future experience, that this activation really allows us to be ready for more and even more, and that we have the capacity for all of this incredible power to come through us, like to really experience ourselves gifted as source beings on purpose, on mission, equal to, in love with all of this stuff. And I also feel like it's really important because I know there's people who are having a hard time. And with great compassion, I see also what's going on in the world. I get it as a sensitive. I really feel, though, that it is our role to hold the light right now. It is why we came, is to know this is an illusion that needs to crumble. I came here to help create the new earth and the new human, to welcome in the galactic energy of which I am family to, a part of. And it is my role not to get caught up in what's happening out there, because that has purpose. There's a reason why that's happening. And it's actually for good. But my purpose is to acknowledge it, to love it, to bless it, but to be the light, because that's where the change comes from. My
Mm.
light ripples out into the collective, and the collective ripples out. And we are truly, I mean, it's such a cliche, we are the change we came here to be, but we are. There were no truer words spoken than to hold the light. And so I feel like coming to events like this, engaging with people like you and the beautiful luminaries that you bring, and just being with our community is where we can
Yeah.
rest easy.
Definitely. And it's exactly as you were saying, the moment you make that decision, the moment you decide to purchase the ticket to an event like this, that's when your frequency shifts. That's when you literally like are already anchored into a higher timeline, because now you've taken aligned action and saying, okay, I'm doing this, I'm connecting, I'm figuring out, I'm finding out, I'm seeing what's going to happen. I'm receiving the codes, I'm receiving the downloads, I'm receiving the information. You are saying to the universe, I'm ready. I'm ready for the shift. I'm ready for the change. I'm ready for the higher timeline. I'm ready for, whatever it is that's needed for me at this moment in time. And that's really the best thing that you can do for yourself. And exactly as you said, you lead from your light. You lead by example. You step into your light. You navigate your life from integrity, from the heart center with that light. And then that light just creates a ripple effect. And even the ones who, don't want it, they will still, feel it, and they will still pick up whatever you are radiating. And I was having this conversation recently with one of the other people that were on, and we were just saying, it requires a certain level of ego integration to be like, actually, I'm not gonna, offer you the help unless you really come and ask me. But what I can do is really just lead by example, stay in my light,
Mhm.
shine my light, and make those decisions for myself so that you can see that it is possible.
Wow, that's a really powerful sentence that you said right there about leading from example. And it's really true. And I feel like one of the ways we lead by example is through self care. I feel like self care, when people see that emulated, that's leadership.
Yeah.
Self care means I'm full, so I can also invite you to be with me. And self care, when people see us being able to say a no, to have discernment, to understand the big yes, to show up, to be willing. Somebody was saying here, there's some beautiful things people are writing here, and someone was talking about shining our light out. There, people are really getting it. We're all one, and all of that. And it is really true. Uh, to come here and be the light, the love, the care, but also the freaking ferocity
Yeah.
that we really are. And I do think you have to roar really loud at this time to sing the song you came here to sing, to be the DNA blueprint you came here to be, unique from all others. And what a beautiful time to celebrate our differentness. I love that about being alive now, our community does not have a lot of judgment. It actually has just a lot of grace about whoever you be, however it manifests, however you want to put it out in the world, and whatever your piece of the puzzle of heaven here on earth is. And I think it's really just this beautiful soup of allowance
Yeah.
so that we can receive each other.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I think, as we said, we're in a beautiful time right now. I have all the positive feelings and love for humanity. I'm so grateful that we're here. I'm so grateful that we're able to connect and do these events, and meet in these spaces and share the wisdom and learn from each other. I think it's really, really important that we find the gratitude for that, and we find the beauty in humanity and in what it is that we're navigating through, and really understanding, again, like I mentioned earlier, that things are happening for you and not to you. So yeah, is there any final things that you would like to share before we go off? The event is on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Galactic Conference 55, Portal of Initiation. Debbie will be moderating. I will be talking. We are going to be releasing the schedule lineup tomorrow, so 24 hours before the event. With ticket purchase, you will have access to the recording, but unfortunately, if you miss it, then there will be no availability for recordings after that.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's important. That's really important. So galacticconference.com. Definitely get your tickets. As Altea said, that's when the energy starts for you. The moment that you're in, you're committed, you're already present energetically, and energy is aware that you are present and starts the work. That's so beautiful. And I just want to encourage people to keep showing up, keep doing you. And the reason is, when I first started years ago doing shamanic galactic healings, I mean, what the hell, right? I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I never had seen myself as a healer, and all this stuff was happening for me, and it was quite a journey. But I stepped into it, and I really want to inspire people. Without knowing, I just stepped into it, started doing programs, started doing healings, and the up leveling I have seen event after event, speaking after speaking, being online for programs, like it's been exponential. And recently I spoke at an event, and I think you were there, and I don't even think we saw each other at New Living Expo.
No, I wasn't
Um,
there. I wasn't there.
oh, I
No, no,
felt
no.
you. I
Yeah, no,
felt
I
you.
was. You would have seen me. You would have seen me.
I was thinking, how do we pass, man? So yes, well, I was there, and I was asked to do an opening ceremony, and so I did this shamanic opening. And towards the end, it was really a big surprise. It was a bit of a Kundalini thing happening, but amazing energy coming up through my voice of what to share with people. And it was at the same time like a lot, right, for the body, but it was really beautiful to be that powerful in front of people and allow that to flow out. And I'm sharing it because it was grace for me, because I know it impacted people, but more importantly, because of where I started with the whoa, what's going on? And this is really interesting. And okay, I'll do it. But to see the progression through the years, and there's no end in sight. I mean, I'm still this trajectory,
Yeah.
and the more I open, what's going to come through. And I really want to invite people who have gifts, don't question it. Don't go into the how. The how is a limitation. Just be a yes, and trust me, let the rest figure it out. Because, like Altea is saying, the universe, even that, when you say a yes, the universe is a 401k plan. Immediately, it's going to invest in you and help you. So please come join us. We've done this several times. Altea puts on the most amazing events with the most beautiful people. It's beyond beautiful what's available, person after person after person. So when one day what you can receive and walk away with, this is the time to receive it. Come be with us, be with your tribe, be with your community. We're going to be at the galacticconference.com, and I can't wait to see all of you on Zoom on Tuesday.
See you then. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining, and I'll look forward. You can click on the link in the bio to buy your tickets. Thank you. Bye.